On a dirt stretch sprint, aboard a horse named Justify, Mike Smith was forever decorated with racing grandeur.
I mean, when you're best enough to win one of the Triple Crown races is amazing, but to pull them all off, it truly is life-changing. It'll forever, no matter what happens at this moment on, we'll go down in history.
June 9th, 2018, from the Belmont Stakes. With over 5,400 career wins, the accomplished competitor becomes the 13th and oldest jockey to win the Triple Crown.
Mike, what do you think is the benefit of you waiting so long to become the Triple Crown winner?
God has a way of giving you things that you're able to handle. I'm not too sure at a young age if I'd have handled it all so well.
The success of it?
The success to really appreciate what happened and what we were blessed to accomplish. It was the most humblest, complete feeling you've ever felt in your life. I don't know if I'd have felt that in my 20s. Here in my 50s now, at this stage of my career, towards the back end of it, just incredible.
When and where was that, where you thought, this is my race to take?
Really the most important part was the break. I thought that if we could jump very well, if he could get out of there really good, being he was in the one hole, pretty much would have this race won. I just kept smiling. At the 3/8 pole, thinking to myself, let's go do this. Let's go have fun. And him taking off.
Immediately, the history sets in. Does the horse sense the moment?
They certainly know when they won, and they certainly know when they've lost. They'll hang their heads and walk back when they've gotten beat. Justify, it was an extremely beautiful, proud horse, and he kind of knew it. I remember Bob saying when they got back to the barn, he was already just full of himself, man. He knew he did something special.
Your respect for, demand of, companionship with the horse.
It's about getting along with him. Their mouth is very, very important. It's a sense of everything. I treat a horse's mouth the way I'd want someone to treat mine, or so say my mother's. Extremely delicate, kind. Every now and then you might have to be a little bit firm, but all in all, it's just finesse. I get along with a horse probably better than I do people, to be honest with you.
How do they earn your trust?
Some of them ain't so trustworthy. But you'd be surprised on a whole. Most of them are. You have to trust them. You truly do. You're trusting them with your life. You're on him, and my job is to get the one that's way back there to believe that he can actually be the one that's in front. And I only have 5 minutes before I get in the gate to figure it all out.
Talk to me about that tandem.
It's a give and take. It's a very slight touch, sometimes an extremely hard touch, just depending on what the situation is. But they're trained so well before they even get into a race. They actually know their job pretty good. You'd be surprised how intelligent they are. My first interaction with a horse is just being very calm, hang my feet a little bit, maybe give them a little hug with my legs. I don't know, they take a deep breath and they kind of let it out, and I know that I have them at that moment. I feel that we've connected. It can happen in a matter of just a few steps.
What is it about a horse that all of us could learn something from?
That's a great question. There's so many things. You never conquer it. You just learn to get better at it. You learn to work with it. And, not just about a horse and so many different things in life, but to be around a horse just makes it even that much more special.
What compels you, your Triple Crown champ, to willingly wear a bridle of humility?
I'm just being me. My grandparents were a big influence in my life growing up. They were just wonderful people. My grandmother believed in the Lord, so strong, it was amazing. And I can remember as a young child just always talking about it, praying about it. I think that's where it comes from. You got me emotional, see.
What do you admire most about the Savior we follow?
Everything I do in life is about him. There's not a second in the day that I'm not talking to him, all the time.
Fitting that comes from a jockey, right? Who's in tandem with a horse?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm just doing what I love and having a wonderful time at it. It also gives me a chance to show people where it comes from, which is my Lord and Savior, I'm a strong believer. I don't try to push it on people, it's just there.
In the Bible, it talks about when Jesus comes back, and of all things, riding on a white horse. As a jockey, what is it about a horse, do you think, that he would choose to come riding on?
Oh, wow, just how magical they are. They're just beautiful. What else would you ride in on? It has to be a horse. And just look at them. I mean, they're the most beautiful creatures you've ever seen. I mean, the muscle tone and their power, their beauty, their strength, how fast they are. It's incredible.
I've heard owners comment, Mike was justified after all these years to win.
Before I even saw him, there's this horse, his name is Justified. Right away, that's a powerful word. The chosen one, so to say. To me, when you say that word, it reminds me of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That's just what it is. And I felt that way when I rode him, when I was on him. You just knew you were on something special.